they could be on the loudspeakers telling people to get back on this, on the street or on the curb.
Dabs with a chase.
But not getting out, and apparently, how can you do that when this person could be armed and they could put themselves in, pardon me, in harm's way. But see, here we go. Now you're talking about more than one person.
Right up to it. Tapping the car, kicking the window. This is, the third or fourth kick that this car has absorbed. And people just want to come out, just want to get on camera with this one, it seems. And the crowd continues to grow on this. We've got several dozen people out here as the suspect again. And
that's the same guy.
The car again. Yeah, that was the same guy who was involved earlier. And, I mean, is there an LAPD officer, maybe that motor officer that you would think would come up and detain this person? All these people.
Now, what is he going to do?
What is going through their heads? I have no idea what anyone is thinking. I don't know what the suspect's thinking. They're tapping on the window. It looked like he was trying to open the door right there. Like, is some kind of vigilante justice, maybe? I don't know. It looked like they were trying to open the door, so
they were.
The suspect probably.
This is going to be all over YouTube in a couple of hours.
I'm starting to wonder if we're going to see some kind of violent confrontation at this point.
Someone may get an idea to break the window. You just don't know. Look,
they've already been throwing stuff at the windows, and you really wonder how many times we can say that because we've covered so many pursuits, and we've seen the 6-hour pursuit. Never saw anything like that. We had the pursuit last night, where someone was doing circles around the police and driving intentionally on the wrong way all over the place. With no law enforcement trying to stop it. We've never seen that. Now we're seeing this as well, with this suspect and folks coming up and getting way too involved.
It's like a few minutes away from my house.
What's up ahead, Desmond? Is he able to get through?
It looks like, it looks like a pretty wide open street right here for the suspect. There might be LAPD way up there, but we've got the same, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8 vehicles, and it's not going to be enough. And where is the SWAT team? We heard that they were on the way, and don't see any signs of them arriving as this just continues to get crazier and crazier. Well, now the suspect coming back up into the crowd, and look at that, yanking on the handles again. You've got people looking like they're trying to get inside the car. Obviously, the suspect having their doors locked, as anyone driving in LA should. We've all seen the pursuits where people get carjacked because they have their, that was pretty nasty hit right there. Not sure if that was a glass bottle or what, but it was full of something. But we've all seen those pursuits where people have gotten carjacked because
they're letting it ride. Oh, he's getting out again. No, I bet you're not going to get out that long.
Every now and then he comes out and he points like these fake guns at the cops, like with his hand. And he just goes back in.
It is really, it's very serious and very engaging, I would say, and very dramatic. SWAT itself is dramatic.
It is. It is, but it typically plays out over a very long time scale. In the movies, we see crazy stuff where they're driving, maybe Bearcats around. We've all seen Fast and Furious where they're flying around at 100 miles an hour around downtown Los Angeles or something, or they're executing maneuvers very quickly. Right now, it's kind of face to face with all of these people
and audience.
I just wonder what all these people are thinking too. Here's this guy out here with a stick in his hand and making threatening gestures, and it hasn't done anything to the suspect. So what are you really accomplishing by doing this? It looks like you might have a couple of stringers out here trying to get some footage, but other than that, it's just such a bizarre situation.
It really is, and you wonder if there's a stare down going on. Is this guy looking at the other guys lined up on the other side of the street ready to just do damage on him if he gets out that car? you have to wonder what he's thinking. But then again, you know, that's hard to discern considering how he's been behaving.
So I'm not sure if the Bearcats are tied up in some other incident in Los Angeles. I mean, it is a big city, 437 square miles. It could be something else that they're tied up on, but we've got these armored excursions. So this is actually the first time that I've seen these deployed. And okay, now we're learning the Bearcats are coming to the scene as well. So they're definitely, you know, this is what the agencies do, is they use overwhelming force in these situations. And maybe the hope is that the suspect just sees what they're up against with all of these resources coming here to the
Look
scene.
at that one,
and look at this
Desmond.
one now, racing up. Let's see what they do here.
They both are. There they go.
Yep. Yep, and boom. Just like I thought. And look, you've even got one who's like decked out in military gear here.
Yep.
So even though these aren't Bearcats, they are doing exactly what I said, although they're not
They're sandwiching them in.
lining the rear bumper. But yeah, they are sandwiching them in. And you can see, I mean, how intimidating this must be. You have someone here, you know, through the roof of the vehicle
With a weapon.
with an automatic weapon. How do you not surrender at this point? Because now it's either you're going to surrender and you're going to be in handcuffs, or you could drag this out a few more hours and you're going to be in handcuffs and your eyes are going to be watering and you're going to be coughing because they're going to inject an irritant gas and it's going to be so painful and you're still going to be in handcuffs. So how much longer is this going to go on?
You know, when you had these, you know.
The door's
here-
open.
Okay,
Door's open.
there it is.
Oh, are we coming? Okay, we got to be
You
careful though,
better-
because they
you-
thought that this person had
you better
a
hold
gun
your
in their
hands up.
waistband. So, yeah, is
You
this
better hold
really
'em up.
the end of this right now? We'll try to see if we can zoom in a little bit more on this one.
'Cause he could jump back in the
gonna
car.
Go just a little bit wide, yeah. Okay, we're gonna go just a little bit wide, but you know, not only potentially armed but agitated. The entire time, this guy has been really agitated.
And look at him. He's not putting his hands up.
No,
Now he
okay,
did.
okay, hands are up now. Well, kind of up and down, but moving around. They don't want to see him doing this.
There he
Oh,
goes.
no, back
Got
in the car.
back in the car.
Back in the car. And, I mean, again, the guy does not want to comply at this point. And how long are you willing to let this go on right now? Had an opportunity there.
But it does make you wonder why they have him surrounded on all sides. What? Now he's out again.
Okay, and walking around.
Well,
Look at this, just pretending.
okay.
Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna leave. Okay.
No, they
Oh my
got him.
God. Oh no. Oh no. But.
Desmond, it looked like he reached
goes
for his
underneath
waist.
the awning.
Is that him?
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, they got him. Wow, there's so many officers, and maybe he didn't have the gun in his waistband, or maybe he was not willing to risk a suicide by cop or something like that. But the marathon has ended, and yeah, he was running towards that crowd, and you saw just how dangerous. Look at all these people, and he was kind of running right at them, and
Well, that
I
wasn't a
apologize,
good-
I couldn't get the best angle for you on that one.
Well, now listen, and that wasn't a good idea either, him running to that crowd, because they were going to stop him, don't you think? Of course.
Yeah, well, yeah, there was at least one person we believe in that crowd who was, you know, wanting to use that thing, you know, not quite a 2x4, but maybe half that. It was making those threatening gestures, and but LAPD took him down right there. Incredible patience by LAPD. Just very happy that this coincided with us running low on fuel. We were able to bring you the conclusion of this marathon. It just would have been so painful to have gone through all of this to bring all of this to you and not even gotten on camera how this ended, but ended with the suspect being slammed to the pavement by 6 or 7 officers there. And just, you know, really fortunate that this did not end in a tragedy, considering what this person was wanted for and the fact that LAPD believed that this person had a gun in their waistband.
Things could have gone much worse. And lucky for him, they didn't. Because, as you know, Desmond, when we've watched that guy waving his hands around and pointing them at officers, you know, we could have seen something really terrible happen. But here he is in handcuffs, and really, he should be lucky. that he's in handcuffs. We don't know his mental state. If this is something that, he seemed like he was having some kind of psychotic break or something, and we don't know if that has been momentarily or if this is ongoing or not. But we've got a code 4 and the suspect is in handcuffs, and this slow speed pursuit is over.
And we can finally begin our weekend, Pat.
Well, Desmond, how about that? I mean, we've got to drive to where we have to go, but it's always a pleasure working with you.
It's just unfortunate In-N-Out's closed at this point, Pat.
Yeah, that's true. So, look, Desmond, I'm going to wish you a good weekend. We still have to get that dinner in, don't we?
Absolutely, anytime. And let's make a date.
All right, you got it.
Mike at the desk who stayed on this, and everyone at the communication center. Oh, I'm sorry, I think we're losing it here. We gotta. Even the camera's getting tired here, Pat. The camera is ready to start the weekend here.
You got it.
Of La Brea and Venice, but yeah, a code 4 here came to a conclusion, and thanks to everybody.
Have a good weekend. Thank you, everyone, for watching on KCAL 9. We're going to turn you back to regular programming.
I'll pick my team, choose my causes, you leave me alone. Understood?
Madam First Lady.